Welcome to the Blitz Breakdown podcast. My name is Eli. I am a diehard Jags fan, and tonight I'm going to be drinking Budweiser.
My name's Joey. I am a diehard Jets fan, and I'm drinking Coors Light.
Hi, my name's Tyler. Steelers fan, probably till time ends. I'm drinking Busch Light tonight.
Yeah, we're the Blitz Breakdown, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk football all night, and we are going to drink as we do it. Drink responsibly. We're going to start off with the recent news in the NFL. As it stands right now, the biggest talk still is the Micah Parsons trade between the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, what do you get for it? 2 first-round picks?
2 firsts and
Their second string edge.
what's his name? Kenny something.
Yeah, I mean, for him, in order to get the value back for Micah Parsons, I think he'd need to tank a couple of seasons to get a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
I don't. It just doesn't make sense. If you were a team that had no contention for a Super Bowl, it would make sense. You're building a team, but
they made some serious offseason moves.
To be in a position that they're in, to not sign him sounds crazy. That's a move that a team that is looking to tank a little bit and draft high. It's not going to make sense when you're getting north of the 15th pick in the first round for 2 years in a row. I mean, you're just not getting the value.
I've done this for so long, though. You'd think he'd know how to do it by now. I don't see how he has done it with CD and all the players before him and just screws it up with Micah somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Times are changing. He's not, simply put.
No, as I mentioned before, man, he looks like a bag of flour with eyeballs. He why is he a general manager? Why is anybody playing for? It blows my mind. But yeah, I think it's only good for the Packers. I think the Packers this vaults them into Super Bowl contenders for me.
Yeah. I mean, they're missing out on what, the 26th, 27th first round picks.
Yeah,
they didn't plan on drafting high anyway.
Yeah.
Essentially they get a draft pick out of it with Micah Parsons. I mean, was he going into his 5th year?
Yeah, I think he's 20.
Yeah, I think that's the exact reason why they were, But yeah, so essentially they get a first round pick out of it, and assuming they do well enough, they weren't going to draft low enough for it to matter. So I think they kind of stole that.
Yeah,
they fleeced an old man.
They did. They took him for his pocket change.
I feel like on the Packers end, that phone call had to be the quickest, biggest trade phone call of all time. Where they're like, "Yeah, let's see 2 first rounds and Kenny, whatever his name, I can't remember his name.
They can't either, bro.
He
He wasn't that good. They had a better guy. I don't see why they didn't get the best edge. I don't even know the best edge name on Green Bay, but they didn't get him.
Yeah.
Oh, Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark. That's it. He's literally playing tonight. Clark. Oh, he's
he signed Micah Parsons signed a 4-year, $188 million deal with $136 million guaranteed. He's the highest paid non-quarterback. But yeah, it's just crazy.
And he got there and it immediately had an injury, so he's got some lower back
I
thing
heard
going
something.
on.
I heard something about him giving him a epidural before the game.
Micah Parsons or the
Michael Parsons.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Great, lovely. I still think he's gonna be a monster this year. I mean,
I think he'll be all right.
I have the Packers defense on my fantasy team for a reason. I saw this coming.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. No, but I think the Packers are only on the winning side of this deal.
Yeah.
And it feels like something that the Packers don't ever. It's just not a team that you see making these big kind of star signings.
No, a lot of their stuff is homegrown.
Yeah,
always has been. I mean, they draft the player, they hold on to them, and they develop them. I mean, it's the way it's always been.
And so for a team like that to go out of their way to pay this player this much money, I mean, I trust it. I think it's only a good signing. I think the
They're-
Cowboys lost their best player
Yeah,
over
I
a
think.
tiff.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys got fleeced. They're definitely gonna miss on their next 2 picks anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see where it goes.
I will
Uh,
say the Packers don't have much money to work with for the next couple years with how much guaranteed money they have out. So
Yeah.
they need to win now.
I think
if
that's
they're-
the goal.
If they're going to win, they need to win now.
I think that's the goal. They draft a wide receiver in the first round this year. They spend a shit ton of money to get Micah Parsons. I think they're all in this year. I think Jordan Love, he had an injury riddled year last year.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're all in for this year because what they signed Micah Parsons for what was it 4 years?
Yeah,
I
it
have
was a
the
4-year
details
contract.
here. Yeah, I don't think they're all in this year. I really think they're all in for the next 3 or 4 years. They're going to continue to get better. If this year's not their best, I mean, next year might be.
Did they recently pay Jordan Love? Was that like a year or two ago? They gave Jordan Love a big contract.
I don't know.
so.
I don't think they're all in this year. I don't
Okay.
think that's what they're aiming for. I think they just fleeced. Yeah, they did just sign him.
4 years,
July
220
27th,
million.
2024. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're not all in this year.
Okay.
It's not like they're going to be losing several players that are worth
Damn.
millions of dollars. They're going to be in it for the next half a decade. It might
lovely.
take a little bit to cook up, and this year that I see a 10-7, 11-5 season. But next 2 years, I mean, maybe they're consistent winners of the division over the next 2 years.
Like
Yeah,
it.
I think they're going to be pretty big contenders, especially since the Lions lost their offensive coordinator and they don't have as good of a line as last year. They're going to hurt under Micah Parsons.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could see it. I think that division, for as competitive as that division was last year, and I mean it was realistically a 3-team division. The Bears had no horse in the
No.
race there. They sucked. But I think with the Bears getting Ben Johnson as their head coach, and then I think Minnesota, as it stands right now, they downgraded at quarterback going from last year to this year. It's hard to tell. It really is.
I think they had a semi-competent quarterback last year, and they have a great receiving core.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think
this
I
year-
could throw a successful pass to
I
Justin
think Sam
Jefferson.
Darnold's just kind of terrible under any sort of pressure when it relates to postseason, anything like that, any important game
Mhm.
for that matter. But I cannot see them repeating what they did last year. What were they last year? 13-3 or
I think they had
13-4?
I think 14-3.
14-3.
I think they had
Talking
14
about-
Yeah.
wins.
The Vikings were 14-3.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't see them repeating what they did.
it was honestly
especially with the
unbelievable.
rookie quarterback. Yeah, I mean, this guy was hurt last year. He's coming in. Was it JJ McCarthy?
AJ McCarthy, yeah.
JJ McCarthy.
I mean, he's been in the big games in college. He's
Yeah, but
he's played
it's-
fine.
I mean,
It's different.
he also has
I don't know.
Coach
If
of
I
the
had to
year, right?
project, right now, I mean, I could see them winning. I don't want to. I say 9, 10, maybe 11 games. Just because of Jay Jettas and who's their running back right now? He's decent.
Aaron
right?
Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, they
from
got
the
a
Packers originally, yeah.
decent offense, and you're placing a rookie in it.
They
I
got
don't know.
Jordan A. Addison coming. Will be
Yeah.
active after a 3-game suspension for having a little too much fun behind the wheel. But
Yeah.
we should invite him on the Blitz breakdown.
we should.
Yeah, but it looks like they're about to send the teams out right now in this game.
Oh, lovely.
Looks like they're walking out the tunnel and
Yeah.
towards the field.
They're going to
Perfect.
warm up for about 15 minutes, though.
What do you
Yeah,
guys think
yeah.
about the what's his name? Jalen Carter?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that that whole
He's,
interaction the first 10 seconds of the game?
He's starting the year with a blast. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah,
that's
it's just-
unbelievable.
That just throws a whole wrench into everything, I think. That's just wild. I don't think I've ever seen that either. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that for real. I mean, technically that's assault, right? Technically,
he could have at least spit on George Pickens so that at least another player would have been ejected.
Right, it would have counterbalanced because George Pickens would have definitely retaliated.
Yeah, which he's already had a personal foul in this game, and I don't feel bad about losing him. I think his biggest play was a pass interference that he played off pretty well.
Yeah.
So I don't feel too bad about it, but yeah, this game's been great.
It's been perfect. Better than I could have ever imagined it. I figured a divisional game to open the season is always going to be good, but I mean, oh my god! And I think Dallas is exactly what we thought they were going to be going into the season. They are the Bengals of last year, where it's just going to be all offense, and it's just going to be whether or not the offense can keep up with the other team's offense.
It's gonna be... I mean, the Steelers won the shootout last year against the Bengals. I mean, I don't know what that says. Justin Fields is quarterback.
Justin Fields, yeah. So
yeah,
I mean,
that does not sound like a shootout team. They did
it. Justin Fields, God. Oh god. But yeah, I think the Cowboys are gonna be that Bengals team this year, and I mean they might make it in the NFC. I feel like is so much more challenging than in the AFC this year, but I think the NFC North is just gonna beat up on each other this year. I think it's gonna be a lot more competitive with the Bears kind of stepping up with a better coaching staff. I think with the Vikings kind of stepping down in quarterback play. And again, he might be a really good quarterback and he might bring a lot to the table. But I think with the Vikings stepping down in their quarterback play, as it stands right now, we'll see what happens. Detroit losing both coordinators. And I think this gives Green Bay an avenue to really take off in that division.
Yeah. I could see them. I could see them winning the division with, I don't know. I mean, maybe they do get 12, 13 wins this year. I don't know. I think my prediction's 11, 10, 11.
They were 11-6 last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's with 4 games with, but yeah, I think that division's going to be a tough one. I think they're going to beat up on each other and it should be a good watch this.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be really good.
Malik Lewis is a wrestler. Or
okay, so
MMA fighter. It's Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. That sounds like the guy. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, backup quarterback in Matt LaFleur got him to a lot of success last year, so it should be a good division. In other news, we had Amari Cooper retire today.
I think him being on the Browns took it out of him.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I thought a half a year in Buffalo would kind of resurrect his career. He had that one cool play with Josh Allen where he lateraled it back to him.
Yeah,
scored into the end. I mean,
and he wasn't terribly old either. I don't think. I think he might have been
so.
30.
Yeah, but so, I dropped Luther Burden from my fantasy league to pick up Amari Cooper, so that was cool.
Yeah,
real good on him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's much here with it. He's been a okay player. Usually has one good game of fantasy a year, and then.
Really the Bills lose him, I guess.
Yeah, well, he was at the Raiders. The Raiders signed him.
Oh, the Raiders did.
The Raiders signed him. Yeah, the Raiders signed him for this year on a 1-year contract, and.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well,
he retired.
They signed him right after Jacoby Myers requested a trade. I don't know what's going on in that Raiders lock. I'm quite worried.
Didn't Max Crosby crash out on somebody not too long ago? The dude got released from the Raiders. What was his name? The guy that kissed the other dude? Does not ring a bell. What are you... Hold on.
I'm shocked with some weird knowledge right now. I don't know how I feel about it.
You didn't hear about this? All right. Defensive tackle Christian Wilkins allegedly planting a playful kiss on a teammate's head. Pretty sure he got released.
Oh, yes. Okay, Christian Wilkins. It's Christian Wilkins, right?
Yeah.
He's the dude that's always mic'd up saying ridiculous shit on the defensive line. So that doesn't come as a surprise, but they released him. I think he had I don't know. I don't trust I don't trust the Raiders, but man, I have a lot of hopes for the Raiders this year.
Dude, I'm hoping they have Ashton Genty they added
Yeah,
this year, which I
Brock
think should be
Bowers.
great.
I mean, Jacoby Myers
Yeah.
is fine if he doesn't request a trade. That just worries me. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I guess they have Geno Smith. I mean, he's an slightly above average quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's better than
better than signing. I guess he's better than having Minshew as your quarterback.
They've had
I guess.
Minshew and O'Connell, which I feel like either of those two dudes are going to be a bartender in the next 2 years. So Gino's going to be better than any of the last two options for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll save that for later. I've got some Raiders.
If I were the Raiders, I think I would have made a move for what's his face? I'm blanking on his name. The dude that just came from Minnesota, went to Seattle.
Oh yeah,
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
He was a Jets guy too. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I would have made a move for him, but I guess I don't know.
I would put Gino and Sam Darnold in the same boat, honestly. I think
Yeah.
But Darnold's young, or not young, but young for a quarterback.
younger.
He's 20.
Yeah.
I think he's 28.
How old's
He's
Gino?
young.
Gino's
Gino's
older.
like
He's
34,
yeah.
35.
Gino's older. He kind of just started coming on pretty late.
For the
in his
longest
career.
time, he was a Jets backup.
Yeah.
Or he
Yeah.
might have
Mhm.
started on the Jets, but went to
He-
backup.
The Jets
started on
drafted
the
him
Jets.
originally. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It
He's old.
happens. Jets quarterbacks just become starters in 6 or 7 years. It happened.
yeah, they just got to get off the Jets.
I hear it's the place to be nowadays.
Yeah. Justin Fields is gonna have a really good time.
You know what that means though? The next team Justin Fields goes to, he's going to be an absolute
He's gonna be
dog.
really good. The Eagles
Yeah.
are gonna sign him to replace Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I'd cry.
Oh. Let's move on to our rankings. We're gonna start with Tyler's top 10 teams.
All
Going
right.
into the season.
You ready for this degeneracy I have?
I
here?
am absolutely.
All right,
ready.
so my number one's pretty easy. I'm not going to stray from the Super Bowl winners. I'm going to keep one at the Eagles. I think they've earned it. Essentially, the same way the college rankings should be done. If you win the national title, you should be put in at 1. Ohio State was not put at 1. So I'm going to keep how I feel, put the Eagles at 1. They earned it. Until they give me a reason not to believe that they're a 1 spot, they stay at the 1. Number 2, surprisingly, I put the Lions. I think I like them there. I don't really know why I would have put I just like it. I have a lot of hope, maybe a soft spot for them. Number 3, I have the Bills. I think they'll come out pretty good. Number 4, I have the Ravens. I hate the Ravens with a passion, but I think they've earned the 4 spot. They just need to get better in the postseason. They need to be able to beat the Bills to be able to push above them in my power rankings. They kind of have a knack for choking in the postseason. So the only thing that's different between them and the Steelers is that they win a game. 5, I have the Chiefs. Got to put them there. They lost the Super Bowl, but I think they are probably going to find a way to win 11, 12 games this year, unfortunately. Just how it is. Number 6, I have Green Bay. A lot of hope with them this year. 7, the Commanders. I think the Commanders are going to come out. I don't know. I could see them winning 10, 11 games too. We could also have a lot of teams figuring them out, so maybe they do a little worse this year. But I have them starting at 7. Number 8, I put the Broncos. I think they're going to have a decent year. It's just unfortunate they're in the same division with the Chiefs. Even if they split with them, I think the Chiefs are just a better overall team right now. 9. This might surprise a few of you guys, but I have Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, I think they're going to have a good season with Baker Mayfield back there like they had last year. And this totally isn't biased for my number 10, but I'm going to put the Steelers in at 10.
What's gonna happen?
I think
it was gonna happen.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the guy, but I think we'll still end up like every year, pulling out 10 wins. But this year, I think we can go over the hump, get 11, and we're going to win a playoff game this year. And I think we'll
I'm like a
stay
little kid talking to
consistently.
Santa.
Yeah, I think we'll stay consistently in the top 10 spot the entire season. And that's biased, but I can
Little,
see
just
the
a pinch.
reality there. But yeah, that's my top 10.
Okay, so we've got
So.
Steelers at 10, Buccaneers at 9, Broncos at 8, Commanders at 7, Green Bay at 6, Chiefs at 5, Ravens at 4, Bills 3, Lions 2, and Eagles 1.
Yep.
You drop that in the chat so I can visualize it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I kind of looked at a whole bunch of different power rankings this year and disagree with a lot of them. So kind of had to come up with my own thought on the top 10.
I'd have to agree with
so-
number 1. I mean, Eagles. Anybody with the Eagles. I mean, they're coming back with little to no changes on both sides of the ball. I think they had a dominant defense at the end of the last season. I think they're going to continue to have that as long as their players don't spit on any more quarterbacks.
yeah.
It'd be cool if their receivers also caught balls this season.
That'd be nice. I'd like to see Devontae Smith catch a few more balls, specifically in
AJ
this
Brown
game.
hasn't even been targeted this game.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Nobody drafts him.
I'm playing against Joey in fantasy this week, and he has AJ Brown on his team, and he's got a fat goose egg. And I've got Saquon Barkley on the other side. I think that might be the league. But yeah,
one
it's
game
not
of football has been
great.
played this year, and I've got a 33% chance to win.
He's coming in strong. Lions at 2 is bold.
Yeah, I like him. Maybe it's a soft spot. I don't know.
Even-
I mean, it's a
even-
preseason ranking.
Sure,
so
for sure.
Until they give me a reason not to leave him at 2.
Yeah.
2.
We really
So-
got to see where their defense is at, because they had so many injuries last year, and losing a defensive coordinator to the Jets
And
is it's one of those situations where can the new guy replicate what was there last year when everybody was healthy? And
Right.
I'm not too certain it's going to happen.
I think it's next to impossible for any defensive coordinator to replicate what they did in the back half of that season. They lost. It was a staggering amount of starters. I can't remember the exact percentage, but I mean, it was like any other team in the league lose that many starters, and I don't see them being as successful as the Lions were. Aaron Glenn's got to be the best defensive mind in the league to be playing that many backups and still have, like, I think it was still in the top 10. I think they had a top 10 defense playing that many backups. Like, Aaron Glenn deserves so much credit for what he did. And I think losing him, that's got to be an impact to their defense. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson's coming back from an injury, and that dude's a fucking monster. And it's like terrifying for anybody on the offensive side of the ball. But
Yeah, that was a terrible injury too. You
Yeah,
don't
that
know if
was-
he's even going to be remotely close to where
yeah, that was
he
ugly.
was at. So
Yeah,
It's-
that was a UFC style leg break that he had last season. That was nasty.
yeah,
Yeah, the Lions.
Yeah.
It's just the loss of those two coordinators just scares me a little bit for them.
I mean, yeah, until I see something that says otherwise.
No, I think that's fair, and I think Eagles, Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs just need to be somewhere in the top 5 in all power rankings. Wherever you put them, I'm fine with it. Generally, I mean, they're
Yeah.
just good teams.
you
all
know,
around.
what I'm not seeing on this list though is Cincinnati, and that kind of surprised me.
Yeah, they're not. What would they win 8-9 games last year?
Well,
Their
Yeah,
defense was probably
they
the
won 9.
worst in the league.
it's not great.
I mean, there's just no reason for them to even be. I mean, maybe
don't
they're
know.
top 15.
But I'm gonna.
If I'm basing this on last season, then
Yeah,
it's just
I'm
they're
gonna-
not top 10.
I'm gonna side with Joey here a little bit on this take. I don't know that I'm gonna put them in the top 10.
they've been 9-8 the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
why should they be top 10? That's just
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
that they
see the
should
Steelers on this list.
Yeah, but we
They've been
finished
10
in the
and 7.
playoffs.
They've won one more game the last 2 years. So I guess maybe.
I mean,
But-
they're finishing in the play. All right, that's a tangent.
They're starting
We'll just
with
stop there.
Aaron Rodgers
We'll
at
just
the
stop
helm.
there.
I think last year, what did they have? Like 7 games where they they lost by a possession?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I think they have a new defensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have a new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, if they tighten up that defense,
I think if they
give
just
up
their defense is not good. I want to just clarify that I do not think their defense is good by any means.
No.
But if they get a good coordinator in there to tighten things up a little more, and you win like 3 of those like 6 or 7 games they lose by 1 possession, then they're in the playoffs and they've got it. I think a Bengals in the playoffs is a very scary team for anybody to face, because that offense is you're gonna score on any defense in this league, because their offense is so strong at every level.
Yeah, they have
The-
T. Higgins, Chase.
The Bengals just signed Al Golden as their defensive coordinator, Tyler, and that was the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame last year.
Oh
Who
shit!
did lose in the national championship. Sorry to remind you, but they still made it. They had a good defense.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. So I think
It's an interesting
interesting team.
for 'em.
I think it's one of the more interesting teams going into the season to see what happens. I don't know that they make my top 10, but I would say top 15.
they're definitely on the cups of top 10.
I mean, honestly, what
I
they
just
need
don't
to
think
do,
they've earned it. I do not think they've earned top 10.
they need to belt to ass the Browns this weekend. Like, if the Bengals go out and drop 40 on the Browns, like, just fight the first week narrative and beat the brakes off
Yeah.
the Browns.
Yeah.
I think it's a serious contender.
Yep.
What team am I missing that I would like to see in here? You're favoring the Buccaneers over the Falcons.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm just the
Yes.
one who's got faith
Yes.
in the Falcons this year. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of faith. I think they're a 8-win team.
Really? You don't have any faith in the Phoenix Flytrap?
No, no,
No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the 8-win team. That's about it. I mean, it's nothing more than a feeling that I'm going off of, but
Okay.
I just can't. I mean, even if they win 9-10 games, they make the playoffs. I think they'll be the 7th seed. Bijan's great. Pittman, your round 1 fantasy tight end that you picked. He's great too.
Yeah.
But I don't think they got a ton going on for him. Truthfully, they got Drake London. He's great. Is Penix proven anything? Maybe
no,
not.
not
They have
really.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson is
He's great.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But I mean, that's about it. What other teams have had a great player and finished, 9
New York
and 8,
Giants,
8 and
Saquon
9?
Steelers.
Yeah, Saquon
Yeah.
Barkley.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's fair. That's fair. I think it's a solid list going into the season. I think this season, the Steelers might be a little biased, but I mean, they made the playoffs the last
Yeah.
6,
and they
7
upgraded
years.
at quarterback. That's all that matters.
They
They upgraded at
yeah.
quarterback. So hear me out.
okay.
They slightly upgraded at quarterback. I think that it's a push on wide receiver. So it's kind of even.
Yeah,
It's
I think
kind of
DK
the tight
causes
ends.
less penalties than George Pickens.
Yeah,
so
tight
that might
ends
be
kind
better.
of. Yeah, tight ends kind of whatever. Maybe Joannu's traded. Maybe we go 2 wide receivers on the offense, and Joannu's treated like a wideout. I mean, that could be great.
Yeah.
But our defense has definitely improved.
I think TJ Watt is still your best offensive weapon.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great defensive scorer. Yeah, we win when he's there. We lose when he's not. So, I don't know. I think our defense, is on paper it's the best.
Yeah, it's a beater.
But is it going to
How do
end like
you-
that? I don't know.
How do you feel about the Beanie Bishop loss, though? They released him the other day.
He was undrafted. He had a couple good plays in the game we were at, actually.
Do you think
Um,
it's a
but-
result of his
100%.
quarterback being Aaron Rodgers, the only guy that he really did well against last year?
Oh no, I thought you were about to say the addition of 2 cornerbacks. So I answered early, but no, I don't think that's why. I think the reason is because they added 2 defensive backs, and they don't really need him because he was just depth at the end of the day. Um, and the guys that we're starting are now depth, so we don't really need him. That's just how it is.
Fair. But yeah, I think all in all, top 10, it's a solid list. I found a lot of holes to poke into it. I have a hard time finding holes to poke into it this early into the season. I think
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, as the season goes on, it's gonna tighten down a little bit.
I think it I
Um,
think it has the possibility to change pretty drastically after the
yeah,
first week. I think we
it's
have
kind of me speculating
yeah.
and how I see things going.
And I think genuinely we
Um,
have one of the more competitive week ones we've had in a long time.
mhm,
So I could see this changing quite a bit.
yeah.
But yeah, we can move on now to Joey's top 10 quarterbacks going into the season. So whenever you're ready, Joey.
All right. I think I might go 10-1. I got a couple honorable mentions I'm going to slip in there too.
Okay.
But at number 10, I got Justin Herbert. You know, the man's dating Madison Beer. It's his year for a glow up. He's going to do great on the field in LA. Hopefully they're better than the Rams cuz I don't feel too strongly about the Rams, but you know, I feel like he deserves to be on this list. Number 9, CJ Stroud. I think he had a okay last year. It wasn't great. He just needs to return to some of the swagger he had in his rookie season and kind of get back into the groove of things. And I think he's got the easiest division of all of the quarterbacks on this list. Um, After that, we got Baker Mayfield. I think Baker has kind of found a place for himself on Tampa Bay. He's got a good receiver in Mike Evans. Hopefully, he can kind of coast on this high for a while and maybe win a championship, make the Super Bowl. I don't know. Jared Goff at number 7. I think 14-win season last year, or 15-win season, sorry. He kind of put it together, and I think this year's going to test him with having a new line, having a new coordinator. He's going to have to play, as good or better than he did last year, but I think he can pull it off. Number 6, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl quarterback. I think he's good. Really wish he was throwing the ball a little bit more to my boy AJ Brown, but it happens. Fantasy's fantasy. Number 5 got Jaden Daniels. I'm really rooting for this guy. I haven't ever really been a Washington fan, but seeing them throw that Hail Mary, winning the game last year, it kind of turned me toward. I might be a bandwagon, but I'm also a Jets fan, and I need somebody to root for at the end of the day. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. I think he's just proven himself. He's going to be in talks of the greatest of all time or whatever for a while, but this year I give him number 4. Before I get into the top 3, though, I'll get some honorable mentions. Matt Stafford. I think he's good, but at the end of the day, he's old and he's one injury away from retiring. So although he's got some good receivers and the team's overall pretty decent, I just don't believe in him. Bo Nix, honorable mention. I hope he doesn't hit his sophomore slump because in my second fantasy league, I got half the fucking Denver Broncos. But I think he can pull something together here, maybe get a couple playoff wins in Denver. Last honorable mention, Derek Carr. Thank you for retiring. Okay, number 3 on the list, I got Joey Ice in Cincinnati. We were talking trash on the Bengals. I believe in them this year, but the only reason they're in any contention of being an okay team is because of Joe Burrow. He finished so well in the MVP contest, and I just think he can kind of drive the team to some sort of playoff appearance. Number 2, Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, and he will be for the next 4 or 5 years probably. Not happy that he's in the same division as the Jets, but it is what it is. And number 1, this might just be biased because Tyler's a Steelers fan, but I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. And we can discuss. But Lamar Jackson, I think he's everything the Jets want Justin Fields to be and more. I can't complain about his play. So, and he's got Derrick Henry to run when he's tired. So
I think
there's my list.
I love it, and I think that's the best explanation for Lamar. He's everything that Jets fans wants Justin Fields to be. That is spot on. I love the Derek Carr honorable mention. I'm also glad he retired. But, yeah, same with Tyler. I think it's a solid list going into the season. I like it so far. I'm liking everything I'm seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, Lamar Jackson. I'm trying to think. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be in the top 5 until he retires. Just how it is. The Tom Brady effect. People, whatever. Even though I think he's coming off one of his worst seasons he's had this last season. But I think the potential every year you have coming in is pretty high. I like the top 3. I agree with the top 3. Jaden Daniels, I think he's probably going to hit a sophomore slump pretty hard this year. I don't hate it. Jalen Hurts, I think, should just swap places with him because he's won a Super Bowl. He changed up the list on me. Jared Goff, don't hate it, don't love it. He is probably the 7th, 8, 9, 10. I have a soft spot for Baker. I think Baker was great. I think Baker was the best quarterback Cleveland's ever going to have in the next 50 years.
I
and
thought
they
about
just
adding him to the list.
let that guy go for a piece of gum and a goodbye wave as he was driving by, which is so unfortunate because I think he's going to have a decent career in Tampa. Even if he never wins a Super Bowl, he's going to receive a couple nice paychecks from them. So
I mean, he's following up with what Tom Brady left, and I haven't met a mad Tampa fan.
I mean, it's hard to fill a gap when you're passing the ball to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin whenever he's healthy, and they have a good rookie they just drafted again. I forgot his name, but they have a rookie.
It's something.
So it's hard
with a lot of vowels that
it's hard to fail when you're put in a program like that, and that's why I like Tampa so high on my power rankings list because it is just hard to fail. If you're not winning 9, 10, 11 games, making it to the postseason, what are you doing? Something's going on. CJ Stroud, he's coming off a tough year as well, but I don't hate it. Justin Herbert, I think he's locked in San Diego purgatory. Just like Phillip Rivers, I think he'll be another great quarterback to never win a Super Bowl.
I mean, as the Madison beer, it might be a buff. Haley Seinfeld starts dating Josh Allen. He gets MVP, throws the least amount of interceptions he's ever thrown in his career.
Sorry, I just saw a sick stiff arm from Saquon Barkley there. I'm kind of going crazy.
Not unnatural.
But yeah. I mean, honorable mentions. I think Matt Stafford. I think he's still all there. It's just, they
he's
traded
one
off
bad sack away from being done.
yes.
This is the back issues this year.
They traded off Cooper Kupp. They have Puka Nacua, who he's good.
Also injury prone.
But injury prone. And when you don't have another guy like Cooper Kupp pulling. I guess Puka filled in for most of Cooper's absence.
Yeah,
at that
Tutu
point,
Atwell had like 2 big games.
Yeah, I mean, at that point though, Puka was still kind of unknown, so people weren't covering him. But how's that going to change now with him as the number 1? Right? He's the number 1, or
yeah, he's got to be.
He's got to be.
Yeah. So I mean, with him as the number 1 now, that might change. He might have a little bit of an off year without having, I don't know, Cooper Kupp or someone to pull a little bit of the slack away. So, I don't know. I think Matt Stafford. I think they'll have another decent year. Bo Nix, Derek Carr. I all agree with them.
Yeah,
I'll agree
Bo
with
Nix.
them.
I think Bo Nix has a bit more to prove this season. I think he's got a better
Yeah.
team around him. He's going to be a little more comfortable in the
Yep.
program that he's in. I think he can easily make it into the top. He could make it into the top 10 after the first week. Again, it's the same thing with the Bengals. Don't even make it a close game because it shouldn't be. He does that, and honestly, I could see him jumping into the top 10 very easily.
Yeah.
But no, I like the list. Trying to think of who is missing here, but I
I
mean,
think the
you've got,
only other guy that could be a conversation is Kyler Murray, but I don't think he's top 10.
yeah. I mean, Kyler Murray's one of those guys who like he'll have 3 games a year that are like, oh my
I
god, this
mean,
dude should be up there in the
There's
top 10.
Sam
But
Darnold kind of went crazy in Minnesota.
yeah,
I'm kind of
Dak.
hopeful for him this season.
it's Seattle.
Dak,
Yeah,
but Dak was hurt last year.
that's that's
So
a difficult conversation
yeah.
going into this year.
I'm really just trying to think. Tua maybe, but he's also kind of I don't know.
Tua's
He's got to have he's got to have a learning disability at this
Yeah,
point. Like, there's
yeah,
no way that he's
yeah.
he's there.
But yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah, I like it. I like that you've got Lamar, Josh, and Joe in the top 3. Um, I think those 3 are just going to rotate in that top 3 the whole year. I think they're the best of the best. And I might be a little biased towards Josh Allen because this season of Hard Knocks has been so good. Like
Yeah,
watching this dude at training camp just throw dimes all day, every hour at the training camp.
yeah.
I knew he was a good quarterback, but I mean, just seeing the behind the scenes and just seeing how natural it comes to this dude,
yeah. And
I only see him replicating what he did last year.
what's crazy is he hasn't been throwing like that his whole career. He went to a camp to throw like that, and you know who else went to that same training camp? Sam Darnold. So it's crazy. It's crazy that there's a magical camp out there making quarterbacks just elite throw passers, but like I feel like Lamar Jackson is just better at this point.
I mean, he's the best. He's the best dual threat quarterback out there.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Watching
your
that
defense
dude play makes me feel sore. Like just how he moves on the field and what he does. Like I would have to call it a work for 6 months to even attempt to do what he does.
He's also like 1.5 feet taller, so that probably helps in his case.
Yeah, he could genuinely step over my entire full standing self.
Yeah, he is built for that. So
he really is. He's the like next gen quarterback. I feel going into the next couple of years. But yeah, all in all, I think it's another solid list going into the season. I think it's got a lot of room for. And again, like I said, this week 1 is I think one of our most competitive week 1s we've had in quite a while, and it's going to tell us a lot pretty early on. But yeah, I like what we've got here so far, and I think we got a good base to work off of going into the season. So we're gonna pick up now. We're gonna do our projections for the end of season awards at Super Bowl. We'll start with my picks. For the Super Bowl matchup from the AFC, I've got the Bills. I think the Bills are going to take the AFC this year. I might be biased because of the Hard Knocks season this year, but I mean, Josh Allen himself is he might be the best player in football right now. And then on the NFC side, I like the Packers. I like the Packers a lot. I like, especially with this Micah Parsons pickup. I think they were close last season. I think he's going to tie their defense together. I think Jordan Love has a healthy. If he has a healthy season, I see them going all the way. I think they're in a tough division, but I think they, at the very least, split, which with each team in their division, they sweep the Bears. They always sweep the Bears. But yeah, I've got Bills and Packers for my Super Bowl prediction. League MVP. I'm going with Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow comes back with a lot of what he did last season. I think it's going to be a team that relies heavily on the offense, and I think going into this season, he knows that. I think he knows that he is going to be the reason why they have success, and I think that's going to elevate his play. I think he's coming into the season a little bit healthier as well. I think he's got a healthier receiving core. I know T. Higgins was kind of wavering on injuries last year, but I think Joe Burrow comes out and slings it and gets his team into the playoffs, which I think is going to be enough to get him an MVP ballot. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I've got Ashton Genty. I mean, I think this dude's gonna tear it up. He was amazing in college. I think he's gonna elevate the Raiders offense to give them something that they have not had in a long time. And it's Pete Carroll coaching. Pete Carroll's a running back guy. You know, he would not have signed off on Ashton Genty if he did not think that he was going to contribute so much to this team. I think 1,400 rushing yards is reasonable for him. I think he's going to be a big workload for this offense. I don't know where his receiving is going to be, but I'm sure he's gonna make an impact. I think he's gonna have a big year. And then my defensive rookie of the year is Abdul Carter. Looks like the second coming of Micah Parsons. I think he's. I mean, he is such a freak of nature. I think he's going to cause a lot of trouble in that NFC East. And I mean, he's on probably the best defensive line in the league. He's there with Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Dexter Lawrence. I think he's just gonna have an unbelievable year. And honestly, it could put him in defensive player of the year conversations outside of rookie of the year. But yeah, those are my picks for the end of the year awards for what we're gonna see for the season.
Okay, so my Super Bowl pick is Eagles. I have them going back. As far as the NFC goes, I have them going back. But my AFC side, I picked the same. I chose the Bills.
Nice.
So, yeah, I do think the Bills are finally going to break through, and I think they'll get there. Realistically, I think it'll be these two teams. Now, if I had to throw a biased pick out there, I'd like to see Steelers versus Green Bay. I could see Green Bay realistically on the NFC side making it. I really could.
What a vintage match that would be. What a throwback.
Yeah,
like, it would be like watching the football in the 70s.
It would heal 11-year-old myself and give me a little bit of revenge. This time Aaron Rodgers is on my team. But anyway, that's besides the point. My MVP. So besides Lamar, Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Burrow passing it around every other year. I'm gonna go a little risky here. This is my first, I think, awful take of the year, maybe, but I'm gonna go and say Sam Darnold.
Oh,
I know it's wild, but he had a great year with Minnesota. And he goes to Seattle, and he has Cooper Kupp, he has Jackson Smith. If I really had to guess, that's who. Maybe Jalen Hurts makes a push for it with the performance he had tonight.
No kidding, yeah.
I made this before this game, but maybe there's a chance Jalen Hurts gets it. He could be a good push for MVP. But I'm a gambling man. I like taking chances, but if I had to say, I'd say Sam Darnold.
I like it. It's fun.
My offensive and defensive rookies were the exact same as yours. I had Ashton Genty and Abdul Carter. I think they're the best coming out of the draft. There might be somebody that surprises us out of the draft. Yeah. I don't think it'll be Travis Hunter, but
maybe
it could be if they figured out where he's going to play on the whichever side of the ball. Is he going to play both? Is he going to play one or the other? Which one's he better at? I think he might be good in the next couple of years, but this year probably not his year. But yeah, are we going over game of the year right now?
I completely forgot my game of the year. Yeah, go do your game of the year. And I'll have mine at the end.
So my game of the year, personally, as a fan of the NFL, it's going to be the Steelers versus Green Bay. It's there's a lot of history in the game. It's Aaron Rodgers playing against Green Bay again. I think it'll be cool to watch as a fan, as a person that's grown up watching Steelers play. I think it'll be great. But my true game of the year is probably Week 3 Monday Night Football, Ravens and Lions. I think
Yeah.
that'll be a great game. They'll have the stage that night. And it'll I mean, that could be a Super Bowl matchup. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a great game. So I think that's my real game of the year. So yeah. I mean,
I like it.
that's about everything for me.
I like it.
Well, boys, I've got a Super Bowl prediction. I mean, I think we're all kind of in agreement on the Packers. They're going to be good. But I've got them playing the Broncos this year.
Okay.
Broncos were, I mean, Bo Nix is sorry. Let me collect my thoughts here. Bo Nix is good. They just needed a couple pieces over the offseason. I think they picked up a few. And I'm sorry, boys. I've had too many beers. Welcome to the Blitz Breakdown. Just gonna move along. Joe Burrow, MVP next year.
Wow.
Yep.
I think the Bengals are in a good spot. I don't know if they'll do better than the Ravens. I really went back and forth between Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow here, but I do think with how well Joe Burrow played to even get them close into contention with such a bad defense, Joe Burrow's he's got to be the guy. Rookies of the year, Abdul Carter. I mean, the guy's nuts. On the Giants defense too, which I don't think anybody gives him enough credit for. Eli, you and I were talking about this the other day. Abdul Carter's just going to be a beast. And I've got a different offensive rookie of the year. I got Tyler Warren from the Colts.
Okay.
Every year I see a crazy tight end coming out of the draft. And this year I think it's Tyler Warren. Now, it would have been crazy if, the Jets, I forgot his name, the dude that we drafted tight end, but it'd be crazy if he's the good tight end of the year. But let's consider the situation. Tyler Warren has Richardson throwing to him or Danny Dimes. One of the two. I think either one gonna just be holding on to their career, nuking them down the field. And Tyler Warren's one of those dudes that can catch them. I think he's gonna be crazy. And I do have an honorable mention, Travis Hunter.
I appreciate
He
that.
could be either. He could be either.
He could be. He really could be. I think if he gets 4 interceptions and 6 touchdowns, that puts him in the race for either award, if not both, honestly. Yeah. Did you have a game of the year?
Game of the year. I'm coming from me. I'm not coming from a fan of football. I'm saying Jets Steelers week 1. Let's see the quarterback switch in action.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna have the most fun this Sunday. Noon. It's gonna be 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm gonna be going crazy.
It comes off very scripted too, man.
It really does.
I really like that too, but yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those sleeper matches that, like, on paper, it doesn't look like it's going to be a super high-scoring game necessarily, but I see it being fun. It's one of the ones I'm excited for this Sunday. I'll come back around to my game of the year because I forgot. Honestly, I think tonight, I made this pick before tonight happened, but I think tonight really validated this pick for me. I've got a Week 11 Raiders versus Cowboys as game of the year. I think these are two teams who are going to be all offense, just running full steam into each other. I think the Raiders have arguably probably one of the worst defense. They have Max Crosby, and that's the entirety of their defense. And the Cowboys just traded their best defensive player, arguably their best player on their team. And honestly, what I saw tonight, I mean, Dak is slinging the ball tonight, and even the passes that weren't caught, he's putting it in their hands. I mean, they're throwing the ball. They're not afraid to throw the ball. On that 4th and 2 for the game, I mean, they threw a moon ball to CD, and Dak put it in his hands. So I like what I'm seeing there, and I think the Raiders are going to be another team similar to the Bengals last year, where it's just going to be all offense. You've got Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty. I'm a little worried about Jacoby Myers, but
maybe Jacoby
Myers, but I think if they get something worked out, I think it's a team that could be really exciting to watch. I think Raiders Cowboys could be a really, really fun game. later in the season. And it's one of those games where week 11 where, you've got you're not really there's no playoff implications just yet, but you're starting to look to see where teams are and stuff like that. So I think it'd be a fun, high scoring game to watch later in the year. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and move on to our fantasy football portion. We're each going to give one must start in our opinion, and then one must sit. I'll go ahead and start with mine. For me, I'm starting Austin Eckler this week. I think the Giants defensive line is going to give Jaden Daniels a lot of trouble. I think they're going to put him in a lot of pressure, and I think he's going to do a lot of kind of dump passes to Austin Eckler in the short field. I think he's going to get a lot of those PPR points. And he's a little older, but he's still a big playmaker. Like
who else do they have in the backfield? I know they got rid of.
That's a great question.
Okay, so he's just starting. That's great. Yeah, I know the last few years they've had Austin Eckler and what was this, Brian Robinson?
Brian Robinson, yeah, who's now at San Francisco.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like that pick.
Yeah, I think the Giants are going to blow up that offensive line and put a lot of pressure on Jaden Daniels, and yeah, I think it's honestly just going to be a lot of dump passes to him, and he's still a playmaker. I still consider him one of the better running backs in the league, especially a pass catching running back. I think he's going to have a big game on Sunday, and my sit, which I might be regretting, I'm sitting Jacoby Myers this week. I hate starting players with contract issues. I did it with Brandon Ayuk last year, and that was a total nightmare. So it's just kind of a personal rule of mine. If there's contract issues, if there's disputes over pay, requesting trades, I don't like it. I drafted him, unfortunately, really early in one of my leagues, and I thought I had a lot of hope going into the season, but I'm a little skeptical now. So I'm gonna sit him this week. Might regret it, but that's my sit for the week. And then I just there's a lot of questions.
I like that sit. Yeah, my so I'm gonna. It's not a hot take by any means, but it's something you should really look at. So Brian Thomas Jr. is my start, which doesn't seem like a hot take or it's a very obvious choice, but he's playing a weak Carolina defense. I think there's a chance we see him put up 30 points this week. Not only,
I love it.
I mean, yeah, I could see it happening. It's a warm up game for Jacksonville to really show their true colors this year. And yeah, I could see him realistically putting up, having 10 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown or two. I could see it. So I'm gonna move into my sit. I have Debo. Sitting. He kind of had a rough year last year. It's his first start with his new team, and they just re-signed McLaurin. So I would give him a week to really prove himself. I don't know if I trust starting him. I think he's gonna give you, 5, maybe 10 points. But yeah, I'd say sit him if you have him start, or if you have him sit him. Sorry, if you have him sit him, let him wait out a week. But if you don't have that depth in your roster, I mean, I feel like you're comfortable starting him over, any of your bench spots. But if you have a replacement for him, I would let him sit this week. I'm not too confident.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Those are my two for this week.
Absolutely, Joey.
Yeah. My start this week, I'm coming into week 1. I go into the draft thinking all of my first 5-6 rounds, I'm starting them anyway. I'm going with the rookies this week. So my start is Matthew Golden. I think that he's going to be the underdog sleeper on the Green Bay Packers offense. And he's going to be able to put something together like Puka did a couple years ago, kind of fly under the radar week 1, maybe week 2 as well, and actually put some points on the board for our fantasy teams. and I have him in one league. He's on my bench, or he's on not my bench. Sorry, he's on my roster. And then my sit this week. I chose this before I saw Caleb Johnson was named RB3, but I'm sitting Caleb Johnson. I drafted him pretty high in the draft, and I feel pretty bad about it. But Kenneth Gainwell was named the Pittsburgh Steelers number 2 running back, and that just kind of hurts. It kind of stings a little bit. So those are my start and sits this week.
I think that's fair, especially on the Caleb Johnson sit. I think they're starting Kenneth Gainwell just because of the experience factor. I think Caleb Johnson
100%.
has. I think Caleb Johnson has a better
I
chance.
hope he grows into the role a little
exactly.
bit. Maybe
I think
year
that's why
2
they're
he goes
doing
crazy.
I
but
think what's going to happen is we're going to have the most committee backs of all time. I think we're going to. I feel like Jalen Warren's our pass catching, really quick, explosive running back.
Everything everybody said on a camp
and
says Jalen Warren has had the best look he's had ever
yeah,
in his
he's-
career.
And week 1
he's
last year, he
powerful.
surprised so many people.
Yeah, he's powerful. He's explosive. He's fast. He's not very big. So I think our third down backs or running backs or whatever, it's going to be between Gainwell and Johnson. When you're putting Warren in the backfield, you're going to be expecting him to go out to the flat or a short curl route for 5 yards or just throw a chip block and move out for a pass in the flats. I think that's what you're looking for with Warren. And like I said, the other two are going to be the ones that are going to be carrying the ball a little bit more. I'm excited to see it this season, though. I really am.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are all solid. My player who I think is going to have the highest points for fantasy. I might be going on a limb here. This might be my ridiculous pick of the night, but I've got Kyle Pitts having a.
That's crazy.
I've got Kyle Pitts having a fantastic performance on Sunday. Every time the Buccaneers, the last 2 times, first of all, the Falcons and the Buccaneers, the Falcons swept them last year. I know the Phoenix Flytrap has not necessarily proven himself yet, but I have a lot of faith in him. From what I've seen last season, he's completing the safe passes. He's not doing anything too risky. I think Kyle Pitts is going to give him that path to take where he's going to make it easy to throw to him. I think he's going to have a ton of receptions. I think Bijan's going to get him at least close to the red zone, if not putting them into the end zone. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be that target for the Phoenix Flytrap. I just see him having a really, really good day on Sunday. Like I said, it might be my risky pick for the week.
I feel like that's been the meme all over the place. Is don't forget your top 5 round tight end, Kyle Pitts.
I don't think you're going to forget about him.
He's done nothing but disappoint the last 3 years he's been in the league. So, is he horrible? No. Is he great? No. But we'll see how it goes. I think he's got a lot to prove still.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always there. He's got opportunities for targets.
He doesn't get injured either. Like he's just there all the time.
He's just there. It's up to the quarterback if they're going to target him or not. But
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a safe pair of hands for a new quarterback who's under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you got a big guy down there willing to catch the ball. I mean, that'll do great.
Exactly. And Tyler, your highest points.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. I'm taking Brian Thomas Jr. against Carolina. I think that's just a no-brainer, and it makes me feel better looking at that matchup. I had him as a keeper in the 8th round in one of my leagues, and I think I ended up drafting him again in the 2nd round in another league. I'm really high up on him. He didn't let me down last year, and I think he's only going to get better. And opening up against Carolina, I mean, come on. He's going to go crazy. I think they're going to win by a few scores, and we're going to have a great week. So
I like to hear it. It's music to my ears.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was probably the best receiver last year, right? And I think
In the
going
rookie
in
class, yeah.
rookie class, yeah.
Yeah.
I think going into week 1 this year, he's got a lot to prove too. And hopefully Trevor Lawrence is doing something crazy. Hopefully he figured something out over the offseason.
I
And we're
have
going to be
faith.
getting him those balls.
I have faith.
So my high points score this week is going to be Mike Evans. They're playing the Falcons week 1. They got Baker Mayfield. I think Mike Evans is Baker's favorite target. And every year, I feel like at the start of the season, Mike Evans has to prove something to fantasy owners everywhere that he's still relevant with being kind of an older receiver. And I feel like the 1 year I drafted him, maybe I'll have that week 1.
I believe. I feel like Mike Evans at any given week is absolutely capable of scoring the most points for that week. I mean, the dude has proven time and time again that he is arguably the one of, if not the best receiver of his generation. And for him to still be playing like he is and scoring as much as he does, I mean, yeah, I don't hate it at all. And against the Falcons, I mean, the Buccaneers Falcons, like if you look last year, both times they played were bangers of games. I mean, receiving yards all over across the board. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And then we'll get into our highest scoring defense picks. For me, I might be coping a little bit. I've got them started in 2 of my fantasy leagues out of the 3 I'm in. I think the Giants defense is going to be really, really good, especially this week.
I think on paper they're going to be great, but on the fantasy score sheet, I don't know.
I understand that their secondary isn't necessarily the best, but I think their defensive line is going to cause so many issues for like. I think Jaden Daniels might not be the best quarterback for this to be, but I mean, I look back at it last year. They had one game where they didn't sack him too much. The other game they sacked him 5 times. I would lean towards them sacking him 5 times this year. I mean, that's in most leagues. I know in our league it's 2 points a sack, so that's 10 points on the board automatically. And I think they're just going to cause a whole lot of trouble for Jaden Daniels. I think they're gonna get in his face. They might even force a fumble here and there. But I think 5 sacks is a minimum for that defense. I'm starting them in 2 of my leagues. It's a little risky, but I have a lot. It is the best defensive line I've seen since I've really started getting into football.
Yeah, you know, they could get you 4 or 5 sacks, but if they let up 50 points, it doesn't really matter.
Hopefully as well.
Yeah.
You know, looking at it on the other side of the ball, hopefully Russell Wilson's keeping the offense on the field a little bit more too.
Yeah, and that's a good point.
They have less chances to mess up.
That's a great point. I'm taking Russell. Yeah, I'm taking Russell Wilson over fucking Danny Dimes every day of the week.
Yeah, and I think this is a little bit of a tangent, but I think I'd rather have Jameis Winston leading my team than Russell Wilson right now. Really? I think so. I've watched Russell Wilson play. It's very... Yeah, it's just not. I think I'd rather just lead with Jameis Winston. If I had to choose between the 2, I'm taking Jameis Winston.
I'm taking that Jackson Dart dude. That dude slings it.
Yeah,
one preseason game, he looked phenomenal.
Yeah, they could just throw a dart at a map, right, and pick a quarterback. I mean, they really. I think they have. You're picking the best of 2 poisons right now with Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, or you could just say screw it and start Jackson Dart. I think halfway through the season, once they realize they're not going anywhere, you'll probably see a little bit more play from Dart. Yeah, and 100%. You'll probably see that after the 10-game mark. You'll see them make a change, and I mean, they could surprise and they could come out and have a crazy year. I mean, I know they have neighbors on offense.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson could do what he did to the Steelers. I mean, they can come out 10-3.
Yeah,
who knows?
I mean, that's the thing is the Steelers. Their defense carried them.
Oh yeah.
If this Giants defensive line is going to be as good as we think it's going to be, then I mean, it's real possible. So I've got the Giants defense scoring the most this week. Again, that's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident in them. Yeah. I mean, again, it's the best defensive line I've seen since I've started really getting into football.
Yeah, so my defensive pick for this week, is I'm feeling Steelers versus Jets. I like the Steelers defense playing against Justin Fields. They're kind of familiar with him. Uh, he's a mobile quarterback, so sacks are going to come. I, I I just feel like it's going to happen. He's going to roll out to the right, to the left, and we're going to get a free sack. Interceptions, he's not great with passing it, over the middle. So with our revamped defensive backs, I think we got a great chance of putting up a good amount of points there off interceptions. Um, yeah, I'm really liking the Steelers pick against the Jets this week.
I like it.
I hope that comes back to bite you in the ass. My defense of the week. I'm just gonna brush that one off. My defense of the week is the Green Bay Packers. They just got Micah Parsons. I'm hoping that they find a way to fit him in this early on. It's gonna be hard, but he's Micah Parsons. He's gonna get the epidural or whatever before the game. He's gonna be feeling good. He's gonna go nuts. And I think the Packers' defensive problem the last few years was that the quarterback was able to just sit in the pocket for 6 or 7 seconds and just have the pick of the litter across the field. They weren't pressuring the pocket enough, and I think Micah is the guy to get up through the middle, get around the edge, wherever, to put some pressure on the quarterback and make it to where he's not just throwing dimes down the field. So,
yeah.
I think that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. And like we said earlier with Detroit, I mean, I feel like Detroit's the biggest wild card. They're losing both their coordinators. I mean, we don't necessarily know what that offense is going to look like. They're going to be aggressive. They're gonna do plays on fourth and 3, 4th and 4 early in the game. And it's going to give an opportunity for a defensive player like Micah Parsons to really shine and take this high point defensive plays.
Not to mention they're against the new Lions O-line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I think they're playing Lions week 1.
Yep.
So that's even more of a worry on their end.
Yeah, I like it. I like the picks. I think we're I think we got a lot of different options here, and I think week 1's gonna give us a lot of fun answers to what's going on here. But yeah, I think now we're ready to move into the best part of of watching football, and that's probably sports betting. It's the funnest, and I want to start this part by just kind of a disclaimer. Gambling's fun. It's a blast. If you have a problem, you should call that hotline. If you're behind on child support, you should probably just call the hotline and not be gambling. If it's your last $20, you should probably call the hotline and not gamble. And if you're hiding your bets from your girlfriend, you probably should call the hotline and not gamble. And secondly, we've been drinking steadily as we've recorded this. Do not take our opinions as gospel. We're 3 drunk guys having a good time watching football, talking about what we're going to bet on. I'm not liable for anything you bet based on what we say. Go crazy, but as I mentioned before, if you've got finances to handle, you should probably be handling those before you're sports betting on NFL games. But yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah,
right
and after
now,
that, let's get into our picks.
Let's get into our fucking picks, man. Let's talk about losing some money here, as I just did tonight on this fucking Cowboys and Eagles game.
Me too.
Yeah, you know how it is. To start, I want to build with you two guys. I want to build a 6-legged outright win parlay for this Sunday.
So can I start with my pick 6 and you guys can kind of rearrange it however you want?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna start real quick. I'm gonna name 1 through 6, my 6 games, and then you guys can feel free to rearrange them. So I have my first pick is Chiefs over Chargers. Week 1. I don't really know. I feel like the Chargers are just gonna. I don't know. I just have a feeling it's gambling. It's Chiefs over Chargers for me. Number 2, Bengals over Browns. I think the Browns will be lucky if they win 3 games this year. So that seems pretty easy. Bengals have something to prove. They're going to come out. I think they win by 20 minimum. Commanders over Giants. I have the Commanders over the Giants. I think Commanders are still, coming off a pretty strong season, a surprising season last year. I think they're going to beat the Giants. I also have Dolphins over the Colts. I want to say that the Colts are favored in this game. I haven't really checked.
I think they're dead even.
Yeah, they could be dead even too, but I really like the Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen.
They're both
Waddle.
at -108.
Yeah, I like Tyreek Hill. I like Waddle. I like Achane. Tua, call him whatever you want. But he's got a good connection with his receivers.
Yeah.
They lost Juanu Smith, but they gained Minka Fitzpatrick, so I think they'll be all right, and I think they're going to come out and win that game. I think and then my 5th pick, I have Raiders over the Patriots. I think the Patriots might be favored in this game, surprisingly, but I have the Raiders going. I like Ashton Genty, Jacoby Myers if he plays. Geno Smith might not be the best, but I think he's good enough to beat the Patriots. And they Brock Bowers, and their defense is okay. They got a couple names on their team. So I really like Raiders over the Patriots. Number 6, anybody playing the Titans. So I have the Broncos. I have the Broncos over the Titans. And those are my 6. It kind of feels like a lock. I feel like I could be disappointed on the Chiefs and Chargers, and I feel like there's a sneaky Commanders and Giants upset in there. But everything else, I feel like it's pretty much a lock.
Joey, did you want to dig into that before I do? Is there anything you're worried about in that list?
I don't know. The Patriots, I feel like that might be the worst trap game in history.
Really?
Raiders over Patriots.
I like
the Giants, man.
They've got Drake May.
The Giants scare me.
Yeah.
The Giants do scare you, or scare me as well. But I don't know. Commanders feel good.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, last year I think the Commanders won both games, but they were very close both games. Like, let me look what we got here. And the Giants, I feel, only got better, and the Commanders at best are right about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a 27.
The same is pretty good.
Yeah. It was a 27-22 win for the Commanders, and then a 21-18 win for the Commanders last. So yeah, they swept them last year, but relatively close games. God, yeah, that game it scares me.
And honestly, I think if they're gonna split a series this year, I think the Commanders are gonna take the first one, and then the Giants, after they pick up a little bit of steam, after they're completely rebuilt team, essentially, they trade off a quarterback, added 2 new names, and drafted a defensive lineman. I think they're gonna win later in the year after they figure out a little bit more about themselves. But week 1, yeah, I don't feel too confident about the Giants. I think the Giants in week 1 are going to look like the Giants of last year. I think it's going to take a few weeks for them to actually get better. So
I think that's fair. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. Actually, I don't know that we get over 40 points in the game. It's just my personal opinion.
I could see it. I could see another 20-18 win.
Yeah,
from the Commanders.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could also see I don't know,
blowout.
I could also see a blowout. So I mean, either way, that one is the scariest pick, I think, because I mean, I don't know, Raiders over Patriots. I think
I like the
I
like it,
but
I like
it. I
like the Raiders here.
I think they're Ashton Genty's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
And I think the Patriots going to have a hard time figuring him out. And even when they do, they still have Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers. And
I think it'll be a closer game, but I think the Raiders offense just position to position is just going to be better overall.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable with the Raiders in that. I don't know why they're underdogs, honestly. They've got a veteran quarterback in there. We've got a running back who hasn't proven anything yet, but I mean, got a resume coming into this game saying that he's going to be, fantastic. You've got arguably the best tight end going into this season. I I think the Raiders offense can put up some serious points against any team in this league. I like the Raiders a lot. I think the Dolphins and the Colts is a coin flip, honestly.
Yeah.
I
I just
I
really
think I
like
do
the
connection
pieces on
between
the
Tua
Dolphins.
and Waddle and
Yeah.
Tyreek. I think I agree with you there. Actually, now that you mentioned it, I don't hate
It's
that.
week 1. None of them are hurt yet.
That's true. That's true. We got
They have a
the.
healthy offense.
This is the
going out there.
healthiest Dolphins offense we're gonna see all year.
Yes.
And I actually, I like that. I'm gonna roll with that. I think every part of my soul has been telling me not to bet on the Bengals this year or in the first week this year, because of how abysmal they've been. I mean, they lost to the Patriots last year. That was fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
Week 1, I think the Bengals kicked me out of my Survivor League.
Yeah, they kicked most people out of their Survivor. I mean, I run a Survivor League and it knocked more than half the people out of my Survivor League that year.
Sucks to see it.
Yeah, and the Chiefs Chargers game kind of scares me a little bit. I know the Chiefs usually handle
Their whole division, honestly.
Yeah, I mean they do.
Think the
Close
Chargers
games.
have a tough time. I think the Broncos will have a better chance against the Chiefs this year.
100%. 100%.
Chargers will. It's a home opener. The Chiefs are looking for a little bit of revenge.
They're also in Brazil. So it's almost like an even playing field.
It is. It really is. But I think the Chiefs kind of. I mean, even though they've been to 3 straight Super Bowls, won 2 of 3. I think they're still going to come out and feel like they have something to prove after getting dog walked in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to come out and handle business. Will they win by a bunch? Probably not. Will they win by 3 points? Probably. But I think they still get the win regardless.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think the only team I would add here, and I think I would put it on the same line as actually I don't know that I put it anywhere near any of the other lines, but I like the Seahawks. I don't know that I'm sold on the 49ers. They're playing the 49ers.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all.
Yeah.
I think the 49ers have everybody's figured out Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
And
they lost Debo?
Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, they lost Debo. Christian McCaffrey
6-11
can't figure out if he's going to stay healthy or not for a few games.
He's questionable today, right?
All of a sudden, they're just not sure if he's going to play. So he needs to figure out if he's going to be healthy or not. I mean, I guess they have Brian Robinson now, right? So
yeah, it's not a bad back. It's okay. It's very okay.
He's not Christian McCaffrey, but I think they'll be okay. But I do like Seattle over San Francisco.
Who is their wide receiver 1? Who are the 49ers? Who are they throwing to right now?
Ayuk.
I thought he was injured.
Right? He could be injured. I don't know.
Is he back? I mean, yeah. I mean, we got Ricky Pearsall and Juwan Johnson. Johnson. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember. He had one game last year
as well. They have Kittle. I mean, they could throw to Kittle.
But I'm worried about that offense having like enough
losing
productivity.
Weapons, yeah.
I mean, you're just not. I'm not. Their defense is fine.
Yeah, I think Seattle got better. Addition of Cooper Kupp, aging or not, I think he's still better than whoever their number 2 was last year. Sam Darnold's a passing quarterback, so the receivers are going to get the ball more. I like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I don't hate that.
Joey, did you have any teams in mind that were not listed previously?
At plus 130, I kind of like Houston Texans over the Rams.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that.
I don't mind it at all.
They're pretty good.
They arguably have the best secondary.
Dude, I'll hit that as a straight bet too. I don't care.
Honestly.
Sounds great. That sounds very doable. Actually,
I saw
wild that they're
hiding at the bottom of the list, and I said, you know what? I need another pick. Plus 130 is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that game should be minus 115, minus 105, something like that. But I don't know why they're hating on the Texans so much.
Yeah,
Stafford's not that good.
And I want to say that my picks here, my 16 pick was I think the total odds at the end of the parlay when I was done was plus 1,700. I put $5 down to win 90. So, I feeling that I should have put more, but I also saw a couple sketchy things with the Dolphins and the Raiders, and
I like that Texans line a
I
lot,
like them.
honestly.
The Texans one's great. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna place a straight bet on that later tonight because
Yeah.
that sounds free money. That sounds like a lot, but
So
um,
how do we feel about replacing the Chiefs with that Texans line? And I'm just saying the Chiefs just because it's a divisional game or beginning of
yeah,
the year.
yeah. I mean, if you're looking to run your odds up here, I think
Yeah,
so. It
yeah,
makes it a little bit more of a spicy pick.
exactly.
Um, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I think Houston has a great team going into that game, and I think I feel like the Rams they built the roster for a win now team. They won,
Exactly.
and now they're kind of at the end of that win now.
And,
So
and as we mentioned earlier, Stafford's a sack away from just being out forever.
oh yeah,
Like,
he's some paper mache and cardboard right now. I mean,
an origami quarterback.
he's an origami quarterback. So I think yeah, I don't hate that Houston pick. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy to me actually that
yeah.
the Rams are favored here.
And,
So.
and arguably a Rams wide receiving core that got worse with losing Cooper Kupp. I mean, you've got Puka
Yeah.
Nacua is going to be fine. He's a great receiver. He's gonna have a good
He'll
year.
be fine.
He'll be fine. But I mean, and you're going against a Texan secondary that a lot of people are putting up at the top echelon of secondaries in the league. So I think it's a bad matchup for the Rams. I love that Texans, especially at plus money. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it screams disappointment right now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I could see a lot of people being surprised, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Houston
yeah.
just won that game by 2 scores.
I mean, here's my thing.
Would not be surprised.
I like the Raiders pick a lot, but I think the Texans is a better upset than the Raiders right now as it stands, honestly. So I'm gonna take the Raiders out of mine and I'm gonna throw the Texans in. The Seahawks, again, I think the Seahawks against the 49ers is I think it could go either way. I like the Seahawks roster a lot better than I like the 49ers. I'm looking at
like
it.
that better than maybe Dolphins over Colts?
I think I do. I think I do. I think the Dolphins and Colts is going to be a red or black situation. Like, what are you betting on? Like, you're flipping a coin. Is Tua going to get sacked and die on the field?
And at minus 108, it doesn't feel great.
It doesn't feel. It doesn't. It doesn't feel fantastic. And the Colts, they kind of have a good offense. Like, you've got Pierce, Pittman. They've got that new rookie tight end that's coming in.
Michael, I like the nickname these guys for fantasy. I call them Michael Sitman and Josh Sitdowns. Because they've been rough. They've been waiver. I think I picked them up off the waivers before, and it's just been awful.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of talent out there. I think they're held back by their quarterback play, honestly. I think between Anthony Richardson running directly into a brick wall, face first. I mean, why does that dude even play with a helmet anymore at this point? Like, just let him go out there. Dude, I mean, yeah. I would put. God, yeah, this is tough. I don't mind leaving the Chiefs. Honestly, the Chiefs is fine. I think I don't think it's a bad pick there.
I'm trying to see what I did differently because right now my bet slip, I thought I was following along. It says Bengals over Browns, Commanders over Giants. Is that the one I missed? Do you still have that on your bet kit?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Raiders over Patriots, Broncos over Titans, Texans over Rams, and then Seahawks over 49ers. That gives us a grand total of plus 2,800 that I have a $5 no sweat bet.
Nice.
Hey.
If we're feeling good about it, I'll lock it in.
I like it a lot. I think so the only team you're missing from that is the Chiefs. I think Broncos are an easy pick here. I like a lot. Bengals, I know they have had first.
Broncos are at like minus 400. Is it really,
Really?
adding much?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
come
think
on.
we're worried about adding a whole bunch. I think we're worried about just having a lot. Like even if it
Minus
only
450.
yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know. I think for me it's more about the
410,
fun
minus
than the money.
410.
I like
Well,
seeing a 6-leg hit more
Yeah.
than I care about the money. And I think
Yeah.
the Broncos, you add it to a 6-leg, it might only add plus 50 to your parlay.
Yeah.
That's
I-
free 50. I mean,
don't
that's
hate
the
it.
way I look at it.
I think it's the biggest lock of anything we've
Yeah.
got so far. So I don't mind that actually. I don't mind that being there. I like the Texans a lot. I really want to include the Texans in this. Over the Rams. The Bengals, I know they've had first week jitters the last like ever.
Yeah.
But I mean the Browns are so bad this year. I can't see this Browns team winning. So I like the
Yeah.
Broncos, I like the Bengals, I like Texans. I still like the Raiders a lot over the Patriots.
I do too.
Okay, all right, let's throw them in. Let's fuck around. Let's see what happens. So we got Broncos. We've got
I've got all 7 in there.
Okay. Got
Plus
Texas.
45, 48, baby.
I like it. Bengals. So Broncos, Raiders, Texans, Bengals. The Chiefs and the Commanders scare me. Divisional games always scare me. I think the Commanders do end up taking the game. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think the Commanders have the better offense. I think they edge them out at the end of the game. I don't mind betting the Commanders here.
Yeah. I like it.
And then it's between the Seahawks and the Chiefs.
Who are the Seahawks playing week 1?
The Seahawks are playing the 49ers. Chiefs are playing the Chargers.
Mm.
I like the Seahawks more.
Okay, I like the Chiefs more.
Chiefs are at
Yeah.
minus 166, and the Seahawks are at plus something. So if it's a toss-up, I think we go for the plus.
I mean, if we're just odds betting, trying to hit a lottery ticket, yeah, we hit the Seahawks and we hit Houston and we hit the Raiders. But if we're looking for something that hits, that has higher odds, I think we take the Chiefs over Chargers. I think that's it has more of a chance to hit. Do I think there's a good chance the Seahawks can win? Yes. But I think
So
San
the question
Francisco
then
has a
is,
real
do you
team.
think there's a better chance of the Chiefs beating the Chargers, or a better chance of the Seahawks beating the 49ers?
Chiefs winning.
Chiefs? You're taking the Chiefs on
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah. I think if I was given the choice, yeah, Chiefs.
I guess I would be the tiebreaker. So we're all fine with Broncos, Raiders, Texans, Bengals, Commanders, and then between Chiefs, Seahawks. I mean, we could throw the Dolphins in the mix too if we want to, but
I'm fine with going Chiefs.
I'm fine with Chiefs too, honestly. I don't think it's bad. I think the refs at least will be on their side.
The odds aren't horrible on that too.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
It's,
minus
yeah,
500.
it's not crazy. It's like minus 150, I think. Somewhere in that
I
range.
thought it was like yeah. So it's not terrible, and when you throw that on a 6-leg,
minus
You're gonna be
166.
fine.
That's not bad. So let's do it right now. We got Broncos, or we got Chiefs, Raiders.
I'm gonna tell you, I just did it for where's it at here? Let me see my
Got it on DraftKings.
So I have Kansas City, Washington, the Raiders, Bengals, Miami, and Houston plus 3,000. It's kind of crazy.
You picked a couple more.
No, that's 6. I might have went different than what you guys did, but I only
Oh,
picked
maybe
6.
yeah.
And $9 to win 306. And it's
Not bad.
$9 because that's what it'd even out my account.
Yeah.
But yeah, $300 to pay out if it hits. So I think that's good. That one's not as much as a lock as the other one I picked, but the odds here are a little bit spicier. So
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it at all. Yeah, I've got the Chiefs, Raiders, Commanders, Bengals, Broncos, Texans, all money lines. A $9.51 because that's what my bonus bet is. To win 177. So I'm gonna lock it in here, and we'll see how it does. We'll we'll discuss it next week and
Yeah, we'll
analyze
see how bad
where the
we
mistakes
missed.
were. Yeah, see how bad
Yeah.
we whiffed on that one. I don't hate it, honestly. I like it a lot. I like being able to discuss it and see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think we're in a good shape for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have a lottery ticket parlay going into this weekend?
Phone is at 1%, but I do have a moonshot over here. I'm trying to write it down so it doesn't die.
Well, while you're
Just
writing,
log in online.
I can tell you my lottery ticket is a I'm in a fantasy league, and it's a 12-man league, and everybody picked a touchdown scorer for Sunday or for the games. But we each picked a touchdown scorer for this week. One of which is Saquon Barkley, which we already hit. We've got Saquon Barkley, Ashton Genty, Bucky Irving, Justin Fields, James Conner, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Jonathan Taylor, Nico Collins, and David Montgomery to all be anytime touchdown scorers. Put $10 on that line for a chance to win $8,468.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, mine. Yeah, mine's not as big as a long shot as that one, but for me, it's not a lottery ticket, but it's big. It's spicy. So I have a 5-pick parlay here. Odds are plus 1,700. Put 5 on it to win 90. So, nice.
You're playing around.
It's a check. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I have anytime touchdown scores. I have Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamar Chase. How do you pronounce his name? Kyren Williams.
Kyren
Williams.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, which might not happen now that he's not starting.
Yeah. His calves are mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and then Alvin Kamara.
I like it.
And I'm gonna kind of go on a little bit of a tangent. I think the Saints are gonna crush the Cardinals.
Really?
I think we're gonna see, maybe not crush, but I think they're gonna beat them handsomely this week. I think we're gonna see a pretty dominant game. Yeah.
That is that might be the wildest take of the night. I mean that's like the biggest favorite.
Yeah.
Aside from the Broncos.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a big win from New Orleans this week.
Really? Plus 220 underdog. Okay.
Yep. I could see it.
Okay. So. Yeah. I've got them in a Survivor League, so we'll see what happens here. But Joe, right, you got a moonshot?
I do. A 14-leg parlay.
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
If you could, my phone's at 1%. Could you follow along on DraftKings? So they're all straight games.
Okay.
And for those of you that don't know, if you bet $1 on DraftKings, you get to see the game on the app. So if you're on the go, if you bet $1 on any given game, you get to see the game. And you can parlay 14 games to see them all.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
As long as you have a dollar on the bet. All right. So if you're ready, Eli.
Absolutely.
I got the Chiefs winning, the Bucks winning, the Bengals winning, the Commanders winning, the Dolphins winning, the Jaguars winning, the Jets winning, Arizona, the Patriots, Denver, San Francisco, Green Bay, the Rams, and Buffalo. And $1, baby, gets you like 1,200 something if you win.
That's wild.
That's yeah.
What are the odds on that, baby?
That is Denver winning. You had
San Francisco, Green
Bay,
the Rams, and Buffalo.
Buffalo.
The Patriots.
Yeah. A $10 bet on that line is going to give you $10,046. Yeah, that would
or 1,000 to 1 right now is crazy.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I have won the 14-leg parlay twice.
Okay, that's your sign right there. That's
The odds weren't that good. They were all really, really bad. Like $1 pays out 47 type thing.
a win's a win.
Still good, but you have to win 14
Yeah.
legs to get there.
A win's a win. Something I like to do every week for Sunday, I like to do a $5 bet on what I would project to be the best possibility for a defense to score the first touchdown. So this week I've got $5 on the Bengals defense to score the first touchdown in their game against the Browns. That pays out $180. It's always plus 3,500 odds. I think the Browns are just awful, and I think Trey Hendrickson blows up one of the first plays from scrimmage, and somebody runs a fumble into the end zone. I think it's a fun play. I like doing it every week. And then another one I've got a parlay for Geno Smith to hit his over, which is right around 228. Brock Bowers to hit his over 64. Baker to hit his over, which is about 239. Kyle Pitts to hit his over of 38. And Trevor Lawrence to hit his over of 239. And De'Ami Brown to hit his over of 25. So I think De'Ami Brown is only a moonball pass catcher. So I think if he catches one catch in the game, he's going to hit his over. And then, yeah, my anytime touchdown scorer parlay, I said before, it was done through my fantasy league. And then I've got a future bet out there. I've actually got 2 future bets, but the one big one that I've got, I don't like to put a lot of money up front for sports betting. But I believe in the Falcons this year. I think the Falcons are going to be at least a playoff caliber team. I think they're going to get enough wins. I've got them at over 7.5 wins on the season. I think this is the one bias, I think, for my sports bet. I think the Jags are going to get 7.5 wins over 7.5 wins on the season. I think their schedule's pretty easy. Their division's kind of weak. I think their offense is only upgraded. I think it's a real possibility for them. And then even with the Jacoby Myers stuff, I'm still good on the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to get over 7.5 wins on the season. I put $150 on that line for about a $1,200 payout, which is probably the most I think I've ever put on a sports bet in my life.
I could see all 3 of those teams getting 7 wins.
Yeah.
So it's a little tough. I could see Jacksonville getting 9, making the playoffs, even winning their division. I mean, I could see Houston kind of in a slump year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see it tough. The more I think about it, the more I like it. But I just can't. It's not going to win me over. I think it's rough.
Most people I've brought this bet to have said the same thing. So the fact that I'm still committed to it, because it's offering me the cash out for what I put down for it, I can't get away from it. But yeah, that's the bets I've got going into this weekend and for the futures. I don't know if you guys had anything else that.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Just disappointments from that Eagles game.
Yeah, just a lot of sadness from my lines not hitting.
But I want to thank anybody that ends up watching this first episode. We're going to work out the kinks. We're going to keep doing this throughout the season. I had a great time doing this. It's a blast. So thank you, Tyler and Joey. We're like I said, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to get better as we go. And if you watched us through this whole episode, I appreciate it greatly. And yeah, let's have a fun football season.
Yeah, baby. Let's go Steelers.
Thank you, everybody. Maybe next week we'll get a good take from Tyler.
Thank you, everybody.
Maybe.